What's going on, everybody? It's Luke Beller with the Sideline Scoop. So today I want to talk about Rashan Gary and Preston Smith and sort of compare them, put them side by side, see like who's better. Is it Rashan Gary or is it Preston Smith? And I'd be curious to hear your guys' thoughts as well. As always, I love hearing your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below. First off, I want to give a shout out to all the people who were in the live stream last night. It was tons of fun watching that game with you guys. I got your names here, because there's a good amount of you sometimes, so I got to remember you guys. I got Landon, shout out to you, Matthew, Big Al, Caesar, Tyler, Packer Goat, Aiden, Arturo, and Disc Guy. You guys are there majority of the stream, so shout out to you guys. That was tons of fun. But now, to get into today's video. So, of course, we have Preston Smith, who in 2019, we signed him to a massive contract, 4 years, $52 million. Good amount of money. I could say so myself, but he comes in 2019. Of course, we got Zadarius Smith too. Zadarius Smith has been amazing this season, so I'm not really going to be talking about him in this video, just these two guys, as I put in the title. But Preston Smith comes in 2019, high expectations, and he really lives up to those expectations. So he comes in 2019, and when it comes to pressuring the quarterback, he has 62 pressures, 12 sacks, and 12 hits. Definitely a great year from Preston Smith in 2019. But now, when we take a look at 2020, we are only 9 games in, but let's take a look at these stats so far for Preston Smith. He has 14 pressures, 1.5 sacks, and 3 hits. So looking at last year compared to this year, if he continues at this pace, he'll probably finish around 30 pressures, where last year he had 62. So he's taking his 60 pressures to 30, so taking him in half. Hopefully, he can, get some more pressures on the quarterback sometime soon, but it seems like he is underperforming sort of the way he played last year. And there's sort of one, I think, argument for it that could be, well, has he jumped into pass coverage more, and that's sort of why he's not getting as many pressures? Because I sort of saw people talking about that a little bit, and I was curious, so I looked up like how many snaps he has dropped back to cover the pass. So back in 2019, he had a total of 148 snaps where he dropped back in pass coverage. And so right now in 2020, 9 games through the season, he has dropped back on 72 plays to cover the pass. So it seems like he'll finish at around the same amount of pass coverage snaps similarly as to last season, probably around 140-ish, 140 to 150, if he sort of keeps up sort of what he has done so far this season. So it doesn't seem like he's been dropping into the pass that much more, and it might just be that he's just not having as good a year as he did last season. So now if we take a look at Rashan Gary, of course he comes in, gets drafted in 2019, signs a 4-year, $15.8 million contract, so obviously a lot less money than Mr. Preston Smith. But so far this season, Rashan Gary has 18 pressures, 2.5 sacks, and 3 hits. So he has 4 more pressures than Preston Smith and 1 more sack so far this season. But not only that, Preston Smith has 50 more pass rush snaps than Rashan Gary. So Rashan Gary has done more than Preston Smith when it comes to rushing the passer on 50 less snaps than Preston Smith. So it seems when it comes to the pass rush, Rashan Gary has outperformed Preston Smith so far this season. Of course, the pass rush isn't the only thing, even though it's pretty crucial to get to the quarterback. But we also got to take a look at sort of the run defense and run stops. And I think it's definitely a lot harder to sort of figure out just from like stats to see like who's better at stopping the run. Just because for pressuring the quarterback, you got sacks, you got pressures. It's sort of easier to tell. So if we take a look at PFF's grade, those guys, scout every single play, watch it, and give a player a grade. Rashan Gary has a 43.3 grade when it comes to stopping the run, and Preston Smith has a 64.9 grade, and this is out of 100. So obviously, it seems that Rashan Gary has been much worse when it comes to stopping the run. Preston Smith has been much better than him in this area. And if we take a look at the pass rush grade from PFF as well, if you just want to hear that, Gary has a 62.7 grade, and Preston Smith has a 57.3 grade. So this season, it seems... So this season, it seems like Rashan Gary has been better when it comes to rushing the passer. Preston Smith has been better when it comes to stopping the run. So now looking after this season, sort of what could happen, because I talked about my video.
Stop it. Get some help.
I think it was either yesterday or the day before. Can't remember. I can't remember completely. But if we let Preston Smith go after this season, we'll save $8 million, but if we let him go after June 1st, we'll save $12 million. I don't know why that kind of stuff changes, but it sort of does, so that's just sort of how it works. So the question is, would we rather just keep Rashan Gary, who is playing similarly, it seems, to Preston Smith, for a lot less money? Because as I told you, Rashan Gary signed a 4-year, $15.8 million contract in 2019. Preston Smith signed a 4-year, $52 million contract. So Preston Smith is basically taking up like 3 to 4 times, more money than Rashan Gary. And considering they're playing at around the same level right now, it sort of could make sense to keep Rashan Gary and maybe let Preston Smith go, just because, I talked about in the last video, the cap is dropping, and we're going to have to make some cuts most likely to stay under that cap, especially because we already signed Bakhtiari to that massive $100 million contract, and we also signed Kenny Clark to that massive deal, and we still got Aaron Jones, Corey Linsley, Kevin King, and we're probably not going to keep all those guys. Who knows? Maybe we'll lose all of them. Maybe we'll lose 2 of them. Maybe we'll lose 1. Who really knows completely? But it begs the question, will Preston Smith be here in 2020? And I'm honestly not too sure about it. We still do have, 6 games left? 9 plus 6, 15? No, 7 games? We might have 7 games left. So hopefully he can start to turn up a little bit more, get to that quarterback more like he did last season. But so far, who really knows what's going to happen next? But that's going to be all for today's video. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video as always. It honestly does. Helps get the video out to more people. And if you guys want to see some more Packers content, some more NFL content, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. And also, if you guys have yet to join the Discord channel, we talk Packers, NFL, and I'll be talking there on Sunday during the game to sort of chat there because I'm not going to go live for the Packers game just because I prefer to watch it and focus just on the game. So you guys want to chat during the game a little bit, make sure you join the Discord. We have about 40 people. It's been growing a lot faster the past few days. But that's all I wanted to break down today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And go Pack, go baby.